Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special bonus episode of Nuanced Nostalgia. I'm Nick Norris. With me, as always, is Caitlin Shortall. And joining us this week to talk Love is Blind, Mia Santos and Annabella Bellah.
Hello.
Right.
Wow. What a time.
What a time. We're all here, and there was no technical issues.
Dating shows have been going on since, we were young, and now we're all so invested in this specific season.
Yeah. We're going to talk about all of the couples and just any tea you want to spill, as you say. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Has anybody watched anything besides this season? I have not.
Yes.
You have, Anna? What all have you watched?
Oh my god. I've watched since season 2 or 3. I think 3. Let me look at the people. I think I've watched it since season 3.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is the only season I've watched.
Yeah, this is my only season.
Yeah.
Mia, have you watched any besides this?
No.
My favorite season was because season 6 was really good. Season 6 deserved some credit. It was awesome. Season 3 was pretty entertaining. It was crazy. The people were crazy. Season 3 was insane. Really like that one.
Yeah.
Which one is Shane on? Hold on, let me look.
I think that's who I was talking about earlier.
I think he's on The Walking
Shane is
Dead.
crazy, but I weirdly love him. I'm like, he's so funny. Like, get him his own show. He's such a psycho.
So that's the one I was talking about off camera where like the guy was like, if I put you on top of my shoulders, would I be able to carry you? Like, basically asking, like, how much do you weigh? Like, I think it's
is
that
that
guy.
Shane? Maybe.
That
sounds like Shane.
That's a great.
I'm
He's
pretty
crazy.
sure.
Okay,
he has like crazy eyes. Like
He
his
does.
eyes like bulge out of his head, and he's so funny.
People have told me that I look like a frog.
Well, I'll fight him.
You do. I've always thought that too.
Yeah, I have some froggy features. Would y'all watch? Are y'all gonna watch another season? Did y'all like it enough to keep watching it?
100%. Absolutely,
Probably not unless I see some lore spinning around.
I will.
Right.
How I even got to this one, to this season, because I saw so much lore on TikTok, and I was like, I have to watch this. Like,
I will be watching it.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to them. I can't stop. I've been doing this for literally years now.
I think I agree. Like, I don't think I would have watched it unless I wanted to get in on everything that everyone was talking about on TikTok.
Okay, I've watched season 2 because Shane's on season 2, so that was the first I ever watched.
Okay, I'm thinking of someone else then. Never mind.
And
but anyway, yeah, I guess like to overall like comment on like the season in general. I just didn't appreciate how like everything, and this is just me personally.
Yeah,
I didn't appreciate how a lot of it you had to like know about stuff that happened like outside of the filming. That was a big problem I had. It's like, well, this showed on like this scene, but like, did you know like before this or like outside of this scene, like he was actually engaged or like he was a woman or like, you know what I mean? Like that. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it.
You're gonna. I can edit it all.
So yeah, I don't know. Like, and I know people like they love the drama of it, but I was just like, I would rather people be real and straight up, and I just didn't appreciate how you had to like know so much like outside information. Yeah. That's just how I felt. But
I think that the other seasons before this one did a better job of like putting all the context in it. I did feel like this season was kind of all over the place, like because before this, like it was less cut up. So, like, it wasn't like at the end, they were like, here's all the stuff you missed. Like, you didn't, that wasn't really how, like, even the reunion, that's not even how it really went. Like, all of the seasons before, it, like, recapped stuff that happened more than, like, here's clips you've never seen. Like, they didn't really do that.
Okay.
I like that better. Because I don't want to talk about things I saw. I don't want to, like, learn things at the end.
Not to
100%.
jump too far ahead, but, like, in the reunion, we barely even hear from Jimmy and Chelsea on their relationship.
And that's who I want to know about.
I know, because that was like a big part of it. Yeah.
Because like, how are we feeling about Jessica? Let's just
listen.
People have turned on Jessica.
Listen, I'll say it.
I don't know how
I don't care.
I'll
just say
love
it.
her.
And you know what? Is it because she's hot? Probably. But like that's just how I feel.
hard Jessica supporter.
I like her too.
Jessica is incredible.
She's getting some heat right now because people are saying like, well, if you have a 10-year-old, why are you getting on this show where you meet somebody in 3 weeks and marry them?
Yeah.
Okay,
and like, Yeah.
That's
The
not
way I
okay.
see it, though, she's just trying to provide for her daughter.
Yeah.
Like she's just trying to get the bag to get to the bag. That's how I see it.
What? It sounded like you had a different thought about some heat she's getting, Mia. What were you gonna say?
Oh, there's a lot of it because people think that she's a pick-me because of the conversation she had with Laura at their wine night. Being like, I could get with Jimmy, blah, 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 thinking about him. That girl don't want nothing to do with Jimmy.
She
No.
does not. That's a good point. Yeah.
He's really, really not.
No,
I
I mean,
think
on
speaking
top of
out
it,
his
like,
feelings, really.
I think it's hard to go off that because, like, that was a girl, like, one-on-one girls, best friends, chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said she was very drunk
During
at
a
the time.
wine night. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna
If
say.
people,
Yeah.
like, heard every phone conversation you've ever had with, like, your best friends, that's, like, not good. And, like, this is, like, publicized.
Yeah.
So, I get it. Like, she was telling her best friend, like, this girl, like, about this guy that, like, in her opinion, sorry, my dog's going crazy right now.
I thought that was you.
Her opinion about this guy that, like, kind of screwed her over.
Right.
Yeah.
She's, like, pissed and she's mad about it. Sorry, look at him right now.
No.
Sorry about that.
No.
It's a very cute dog.
Thank you.
What's his name again? Rufalin?
It's Rowan.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
Rowan.
I think that's it.
Great.
Just take a look. He's eating my hand off right now, so sorry about that.
Well, we're going to talk about all the couples. We'll keep on with Jimmy and Chelsea. I know Mia has a whole list of notes there. You want to flash your notes on the screen? Very nice.
Nice.
Notes, I have nothing. I'm going off of my brain.
That's okay. I'm
alone.
going straight off
Vibes. Yeah.
I had to because there's just so
No,
much
that's
going
good. I
Yeah,
think that's
so
definitely
You kick us off
Better than
then.
what we're doing.
Kick us off then, Mia, with Jimmy and Chelsea. What do you have written down there?
yeah. What are your initial thoughts?
My hot take is Chelsea resembles Megan Fox. Secondly,
Well-
Jimmy took that comment so out of context.
Yeah, he
it was
did.
So ridiculous.
I agree
No,
with that.
I agree. I agree.
Completely
And I
out of context.
yeah, I totally agree. And I saw TikTok about that. Like I think like she definitely should not have said that because that gave him a false perspective on like what she actually looks like. Because
Agreed.
I mean, she a little bit resembles, but
Yeah.
not enough to be like, oh, that's her spitting image. You know,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
so.
if I were to say that there's a girl that is also a girl, and I was like, I look like
Yeah.
her, have long hair. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Like
it was.
blue eyes,
reasonable.
black hair. That's really about it, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's what she said. She was like, "It's just because I have dark hair and light eyes," and he was like, "Oh my gosh, she."
and
looks like
he took that image and ran with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes,
But I don't think she should have brought that. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Like, you talk about whatever you
Yeah.
want to talk about in the pods, but like, I think that helped a lot.
Allegedly, he brought it up, is what she claims. That
And yeah, you're right. And she also said, like, I don't see it. So
Yeah.
it's not like she was
Right.
like, I definitely look like her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I
It
don't
wasn't. It wasn't her saying, "Oh, I look like Megan Fox. You should pick me." That's
Yeah.
not what I said. Yeah, yeah.
know. So I don't know. That was a little.
I don't know what I'd say in that. I don't know what celebrity I look like or what celebrity anybody's
I
look
would
like.
just say
I'm
I
not
don't
afraid to
look
think
like
that
one.
way.
You don't look like one. Period.
Danny,
That's
Danny
exactly what I
DeVito.
would say.
Yeah.
for me. I just
Danny
like I
DeVito.
don't look like any of them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I
We,
don't know.
we may have lost Anna. Oh, there she is. She's back. Okay. People may flicker in and out. Well, that'll be okay. Jimmy and Chelsea, though. So yeah, we don't hear much about them from the reunion at all. Supposedly, because they broke up right before the altar. Supposedly, Chelsea had said originally that they were not together; they were just friends. And then, like yesterday, she backtracked that and was like, "Well, we're enjoying each other's company. We don't really have a label on things."
Oh,
So-
wow.
Oh,
Her TikTok. She posted a TikTok
yeah.
literally today of her being like, "Our story." Blah, 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 blah,
I saw that.
They're
Yeah,
together now.
Oh, please.
yeah. She
I
posted
didn't
like
know
a,
that.
yeah, it was like
know
a bunch of clips of them together. She posted.
Yes.
today.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
I don't
my
know.
God.
Like, here's what I'll say about that. Being in that age group that these people are in, it is absolutely insane to try and be like, let's get engaged and fully married in a month.
Yeah.
Fully meet,
Right.
engaged, married in a month. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy, right? So if they want to like be off the show and like kind of get to know each other for real outside of the show and then like kind of date or like whatever and then eventually get married, that's one thing, right? But like to say you're in a situationship
at 30 is wild.
I don't know.
Also, like
Right.
she hated those friends of his that were the girl best friends, and now she's one of them.
She is. She is. Or like the girl like sides.
Yeah, like the side piece girlfriend. That's her now.
That is so tough.
Yeah.
That's her. That's who she is. Yeah.
And like, I'm sorry to say this. Sorry to Jimmy Stans, but over that man, really? Come
exactly.
on.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Here's the thing. I like Jimmy and Chelsea both. I don't like them together, but I think
I don't know if I like Jimmy.
Jimmy has taken so much heat, and I do think he got a bad edit compared to the other guys.
He's pretty funny, and I think in the reunion, I like the way he dealt with he took it. Like I thought he handled himself really well in the reunion.
That's
for the jokes. Like it was constantly like, at least I'm not Jimmy, and he's like, yeah, you're right. Like at least you're not.
That's what I respect about him is he like. He owns up to it, and he doesn't try to say, except for that like one interview early on, but he doesn't really try to say like, yeah, well, y'all just screwed me over in the edit. It's really just like, yeah, look, I said that. It sucks. I signed up for this, you know.
Right, that's
okay.
Right. Like he knows, like if you're gonna get on that show, that you're gonna look bad. That's part of it.
You're
like,
not gonna look bad.
That's fair. And I'm sure the truth is somewhere like in the middle of it all. Like I'm sure they both have like things that weren't included. You know what I mean? And they all look bad in their own ways. No one looks the best, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Unless I guess apparently Amy.
And Johnny.
And Johnny.
Yeah, Amy and Johnny, they were pretty sweet. I really liked them. I actually was really glad they got married. I remember what you're talking about.
He said, guess what? Amy said what? And he just said chicken butt. I said no. I literally I don't care anymore.
I will say it's odd to me how they like seek out like the most cringy like people
literally
possibly find. And it's like people who say the most like outlandish stuff, because I don't know if I've ever heard of like Perfect Match, but it's like a show that follows up all the other shows.
I didn't know it
they
followed up
people
the
who
shows.
didn't get married all the other. So it's like people who didn't meet someone that were like loved, so they find people who like were really liked, and they put them on a reality show with other people who didn't find anyone.
Well, we're talking about Perfect Match, though. Let's talk about Trevor. He was supposed to be, he filmed for Perfect Match Season 2, but they have cut him from all of the marketing.
I wonder why, though.
It seems like, it seems like he's been cut from the Netflix family after getting caught with a fiance, you know.
So they didn't know about that.
They're at least making it look like they didn't. If they did, you know, I'm going to say they probably didn't, but I'd say it's still their fault for just not researching these people properly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Not, like, doing a complete background check, aka making sure they don't.
Or even like looking at their Instagram.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah.
You know,
that
like simple searches.
Literally.
Didn't even bother. Yeah.
Literally.
God, that guy has went through a roller coaster though, because he was everybody loved Trevor those first few weeks, and then when his ex-fiance came out with with the receipts, people.
I have my own opinion. Keep in mind, I have no idea any of this is happening, right? Like, I have no idea he's getting canceled.
Okay.
I have no clue that he, like, faked it. Like, at this point, I have no information. First episode comes on, me and Jack are sitting here watching it, and I'm like, I hate him. And he's like, why? And I'm like, he is so weird. I'm like, he's cringy. He's said he's like, my favorite things to do, or like, I don't know if y'all remember that. It was like the first episode, and it was something disgusting. I don't remember what it was. It was just like made me sick. It was like something about like, I like to watch like butter. I like to watch butterflies. Or some I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about.
I was like, okay, I hate this guy. Get him off my screen.
What's so funny
I hate him.
is if you go back and watch those first few episodes, he does not care about Chelsea at all. If you go back and acts like he does, but if you watch those, he's just like, oh, Chelsea picked Jimmy? That's too bad.
I hate to see it.
Anyway,
oh, darn. Anyway.
He's like, oh, man, I really cared about
you. Oh, good guy. Good guy. He's great.
He's like hanging out with Jimmy in the back, just like giving him like high fiving him. Like, this guy does not care.
Give a single. Yeah, like that man totally did not care about her. Yeah. So that, and then like, no, I watched those episodes knowing, that he had a fiance and everything. And it was so, in my mind, I felt like it was obvious knowing the information. You know what I mean? I was like, that man does not care.
Yeah.
Does not care. Yeah. So.
Before we really get to another couple, I do want to touch on Matthew. I just want to, I need somebody else to like I just needed to talk about it.
What are your thoughts?
Because what I don't like. That is the weird. Like what a
that
guy.
dude, he was definitely giving like incel a little bit. Like that's what I got from him.
He stayed
So,
stone cold sober.
you have to
too.
keep in
He
mind.
didn't drink at all.
Apparently.
So like keep in mind, Jack's like half watching, like in and out of baseball. So like when he's here, he's watching, and like he happens to be here when it's like that specific scene where Matt is like interrogating all the women, and when they ask him questions, he's like,
he's like,
no.
someone's already asked that. Can you do something different? Yeah.
Right. So he's sitting here, and like it's this one clip, and I don't remember. I think it's maybe episode like 2 or 3, but it's like he's talking to them, and this one girl like asks him something like really light, like it's like, so what do you like to do for fun or something, and he's like, this isn't I'm the one asking the questions.
I remember.
Jack looks at me and he's like, who is this guy? But I loved AD. AD is my favorite. She's perfect. She's awesome. I will say, why did they have to air out Clay's family drama like that on TV?
I mean, that's all he talked about. Literally.
I was like, guys, that's what I mean. That scene of his parents going through I'm like, they're not even about, this isn't about them. Get them off the TV. I was like, let them cope in peace.
He has been horrible since the beginning. Like, absolutely terrible. I can't move forward unless I know what you look like. And then bringing out the Bible whenever he proposed. Get out. Get out, get out, get out. And maybe it's dumb for falling for it.
I gotta be honest with you. He was going into it being like, listen, I'm pretty sure I am not gonna be fit. Like, I'm gonna cheat. Like, I'm gonna.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, before it kicks us again, we're gonna keep it rolling. Kenneth and Brittany.
So it is Brittany.
It is Brittany.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Brittany. We looked it up.
Good.
Fact
Okay, I
checked.
don't know where I got Brittany from.
Let's lay down some ground rules real quick. We're not gonna out this man. We're not gonna mention any of that. It's
I mean, because who's to say?
Okay, I have it written down. Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Who
You have it written. We're not gonna talk about it in case it's true.
What?
Who is to officially definitely say except him?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, Anna.
Wait.
Okay.
What am I missing?
This is all we're gonna say about it. Okay. His cousin has went on Facebook and claimed that he is actually gay and that he only went on the show for clout.
Yeah. Which to that I say, what middle school principal needs clout? That's all I gotta say about that. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
I don't.
I have my own thing. I will be Googling this in my free time. I will not touch on it.
Anna's
right
on the
now.
case.
I was very proud of the reunion for not bringing it up because I really thought they were going to out this man on TV.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I really thought they were
That
going
is
to, and I'll be
very
like, oh,
tricky
God,
territory.
If this was-
Yeah.
But they didn't really talk about them at
No,
all.
yeah.
They
No.
didn't. And I wonder if maybe that's partially
They kind of fizzled
why.
out though. I feel
Yeah,
like.
and there wasn't a lot to them. Like he was on his phone, but she's came out. Brittany's come out and been like, "Yeah, that was edited together. He wasn't on his phone like that."
Well, he also is in charge of a middle school. It's like he has to kind of be in touch.
Yeah,
you know?
like even when I was a teacher, I had
Well, they
emails
just didn't-
and parents could call you all the time. That's just part of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
They just gave off so like we're so good, they're best
Yes.
friends. Like they were best friends. There was nothing romantic, and that's
Yeah.
fine. That
So-
happens.
Exactly. I knew there was nothing romantic that would go on between
You
them
could.
Yeah.
I think you could
all.
tell.
Literally,
a
they
little
could have
bit.
forced it. Like they
And it
could've-
doesn't even have to be that he's.
They could have forced themselves
Yeah,
to be
and
together.
it doesn't even have to be that he's gay. It's just like you can like meet someone that's also straight and
Yeah,
you're straight
just not
and be
click.
and not
Yeah.
be like compatible.
It's
yeah,
just not
exactly.
there.
I think
And like you can date them and you can
Yeah.
try it. It's
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah.
That
And,
could
like,
very
I
well
just-
be it.
That's what happened there.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
were.
Can we just say one thing about this is very controversial about Clay?
Go?
I don't care that his parents are divorced.
I don't
I
either.
could not give lesser. I do not care. I don't know how your parents being divorced like is a pathway for you to be like, I'm gonna cheat on you.
Not even real. Like shut
Because
up.
My dad cheated on my mom. So guess what? That means I'm gonna cheat on you. It's in
Oh my
my
god.
what?
like I really meant that. Like so many people in the show need therapy. Like the parents of Clay himself, AD, like genuinely everyone, because everyone is so like in the brain. Like everyone like has this warped idea of relationships. Like it's terrible.
I'm gonna have so many censors because I can't keep up with the time codes. So it's
I
just gonna
wanted
have to watch
AD.
all of this.
I'm sorry. I
That's
have
good.
I
Go
have a
for it.
potty mouth in real life.
do.
It's kind of a problem.
People,
Nick's like, yeah.
I wanted AD to like jump
Oh
Sarah Ann.
yeah,
Like I wanted
and
her to
then
like
okay,
Oh,
to comment
I
on
wanted
Sarah
her
Ann,
to. I was rooting
to
for
comment,
it. I was
yeah,
like,
and
knock
she
her
deserved to get her
out
ass beat. But to
cold.
comment on Sarah Ann, the way that she said, "I'm a patriot," and also, I don't know what you guys think about that, but immediately I was like, "Oh, Trump supporter." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I actually hate her now. You know what I mean? Before I was like neutral, but then I was like, hate her.
Yeah.
When she said that,
she's
Trump
such
supporter,
a
got it.
weirdo.
I hate her when she was sitting. When she was
So much
like,
wrong with her.
oh my god. When she was talking to AD, and AD was like, "Are you like delusional? Like, take some account." Like, even because for real, like, if she could have been like, "Listen,
Yeah.
I am not being
No,
a girl's
she's a
girl at
true
all. I'm being
pick-me.
horrible. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely own
Yeah.
up to it. I'm just crazy about him." Like, if she could have at least
Self-aware.
been like
Yeah.
up front and been like, "I'm crazy
Yes.
about him." And like
Yes.
I'm so sorry, but I'm just as into him as you
Yeah.
are. And like I did send that out of desperation. And like, you know, if she could have been straight up,
At
then
least
like
you're
I
being
could have been
honest.
like, I feel for her. You know,
Yeah.
it could have been like a weird Cassie from Euphoria moment where like you like almost feel bad for her because you're like, oh, she's
Yeah.
pitiful.
Oh,
But instead she was
God,
like, I don't
I
care.
hate
Screw her,
girls
like,
like
I'll
that.
do it. And it was like,
Yeah,
I hate you. I hate you.
Caitlin, you need to watch the reunion because her in the reunion.
Is it bad? She probably doesn't
Oh my
apologize.
god.
The reunion is
Had
wild.
a
Oh
prom
my
dress
God.
on.
Yeah, she had
She had
body
a prom
glitter.
dress on.
Oh
Let me just say that.
God.
Gross. A gross one. A gross one.
It's
A
I
clear-
already know she didn't
out.
apologize for a single thing. I already know.
No.
Yeah, like she's the kind of girl that she's like, yeah, I was justified in everything I did, and so what? And I'll do it again. Yeah.
And then like
Yes.
I will say the
Yes.
reunion is what made
Yeah.
me like affirm that I like Laura because I thought Laura
Yes.
handled
Yeah.
herself
Yeah.
so good in the reunion. Like, and she called them out. My favorite part, my little quote for the night, I want everyone to hear it, was when she was like sitting there and they were like, whatever they were saying about him. She's like, they were like, well, what do you think
Jeremy.
of like Sarah Ann
Jeremy.
and what's his name, Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Sarah Ann and Jeremy, and she goes,
Absolutely.
I think they're both disgusting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
want to know
yes.
what
Absolutely.
the dress lady thought when she was shopping for a
True.
dress and tried on a prom dress at 30 because you've been out of
Oh my
prom for 12
God.
years.
Please. Oh my God.
So it was whenever she came out in that, I was like,
Not
oh,
only
what
are you
doing?
yeah,
You're making
not
this
only
so
are you
much
insufferable, but
worse.
you also have terrible style. I don't know what
Yeah,
to tell you. Pick
yeah.
a struggle. I don't know.
And he wore his
yeah.
Hawaiian shirt. I was
He
like,
thought he ate
thought
with
that
it.
was
Jeremy.
so
He did.
funny. He was like, he thought he
I
ate
can't
with
stand
me.
him. I thought he was so
Yep.
gross and weird. I
Yep.
thought
There's
he was
also-
creepy.
On top of it all, he's balding.
Um,
Anyway.
And and on top of all that, there are allegations that he held a gun at his ex.
That is
ex-girlfriend.
crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Wow,
surprise
wow,
me.
wow.
Not
Anyway,
shocked.
Mia, what are your thoughts on I feel like we
Not
keep
shocked.
talking. I know you have so many notes. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah. No,
Okay,
no,
good.
it's okay. We're
Good.
going through them. Like, cause it's just
Yeah.
like it's like not notes necessarily. It's just like
Okay,
their
okay, I
names and
see,
then, like,
okay.
a word.
Trash.
Yeah,
That's it, Jeremy.
Garbage.
It's just like
Toxic.
Like, it
Yeah.
literally says, like,
Disgusting. Hate.
Yeah.
Sarah
yeah.
Ann, the worst.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Sarah Ann is the
That like
absolute
triangle, and I
worst
don't
of
think
the
like Sarah
worst.
Ann was even edited in a bad way personally. Like I think she like genuinely is kind of like a terrible
No,
person.
she wasn't. That's just how she is.
If anything, they like might have
Yeah.
made her look
Yeah.
better than
Because
she
like
probably is.
there are things that you
Probably.
can like edit to make you
Crazy.
look bad, but it's like the actual words that you're saying and we're watching you mouth the words are bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
They were straight up. They were like, "We're cheaters. We should ride
bye.
off into
Yeah,
the
that
And
was so
on
crazy.
jet
I
It was
love
so
I love
crazy.
how Chelsea called them out too, and it's like, well, at the reunion, she said, well, every time I see you two, you're broken up. So they're like on and off apparently.
Ooh,
Yeah, that
that's
was brutal.
messy. That's
Brutal.
messy. Also, I would like to say
They're like,
over that
we
man
obviously have our
again.
fair share.
Over that man, Jeremy. Come on, stand up,
Yeah.
stand up.
I feel like it's pretty evident. Like Laura, like she's even if you find her annoying, because like a lot of people were like saying they didn't like her attitude.
Well, isn't she like a
very,
boss, like an actual like
and,
boss
like,
has
even if-
employees?
Yes.
Right, like even if that's not your kind of person, like if you wouldn't
Yeah.
particularly want to be around her, like
Yeah.
she at least
yeah.
like was very authentic, very genuine. She was super upfront, and she was for real. Like, I mean, I think that she genuinely was trying to like
Laura
have a real thing with him. Like, I think
agree.
Laura
was really
is and it's gonna
giving
sound
it her
weird. Laura
best.
is lucky that she
Yeah.
ended up with somebody so terrible because I think she's somebody who would have gotten the bad
agreed,
eggs.
100%.
For
Like because
sure.
she has that kind of assertiveness and attitude. I feel
Right.
like if she wouldn't have had such a bad partner, I mean, they'd already kind of started doing that with the bean dip thing, and then her like they
Right.
had the whole episode where she was like, "Well, I just hate his shirts." And
Yeah.
Right, I agree.
She's so dumb about the shirts. Every woman ever gets the ick. It's so bad and it's so real, okay? And that's okay to have the ick about a Hawaiian shirt. Grow up, get over it.
Right.
Genuine. Get over it.
There's another one. I mean, his demeanor and like it's like, and you have to like, especially if I'll ever go back and watch it again, like it's the way he answers like questions when confronted with like something he does wrong. So like, I loved when she was like saying like, I didn't like that you didn't come in last night. Like you literally slept on the couch, and he was like, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have, but you know, I was already just so low, and you just pushed me low, and I just was beating myself up about it. So
Very
I need you to
defensive.
it's like so frat. It was so frat. It was like, I know, I already know that.
It's so crap.
Okay, well, Jeremy was just a weirdo, and then when girls were like, I want him, I was like, are y'all like,
Are you slow?
any of
Like,
you want him?
Like, who wants this man? Him and Sarah Ann
Deserve each other. They really do.
Oh my gosh, they deserve each other
Totally agree.
so much.
I mean, and really, I really wanted to be able to empathize with her and be like, you know what, like, she like really wanted him. He left her, but then like I was like,
I couldn't though because of her. Like, I couldn't because if it was me in her place, and like say you were Laura and I was Sarah Ann,
right?
What in my right mind would make me think, oh, Anna's my friend? Why in the world would I be like, Jeremy, if there's a chance the door is still open, can
you
I
have
slide
that
through?
Also, if I was with some guy and then he was like, you know, I'm actually gonna propose to your friend, I wouldn't be like, come back.
Literally, I would not be
come
like,
home.
please.
Take me back. And all I could think about in my head was that like this man had to tell her like, hey, I've actually chosen someone else. I'm gonna propose to them. We're gonna get married. You got it. We're done. And then she was like, he left the door open. Like, how was the door open? She
Girl,
told
that
me he
door
was
was
proposing.
shut. You clawed your way up underneath it. Like, oh
She picked that lock.
gosh.
She beat her way through that door.
She did. And I'm glad she did because Laura dodged a big fat
Oh
bullet.
my god, I know. But I was just thinking, like, I could not imagine, like, having a guy tell me, like, I'm proposing to someone else, I'm in love with them, and I don't want you. And then me being like, I should chase him.
Literally.
He
AD
wants
was
me.
like, AD said that. She was like, he didn't pick you.
Right.
And I was like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Oh my gosh. Like, I was like, please.
And, like, the insecurity that you would have for the rest of your life. Like,
no, exactly. Like, you would be in that relationship being like, he's probably thinking about her. He's thinking about
he
her.
didn't pick me. He didn't want me.
Yes, Sarah and Jeremy only talked about very weird, and then for her to say left the door open a little bit, how and why? How? Unless he messaged after the fact. I don't know.
But like, for real, my whole thing here is like, as a girl, I was literally saying, y'all heard me apparently. As a girl,
y'all heard us.
how can you have a man be like, I'm not marrying you, I'm picking somebody else, and then be like, I want
it's
him.
that pick me behavior. I'm telling you,
she's
you know, in her mind, she's like, well, he actually wants me, and so then like goes after him still.
Yeah.
Well, for the rest of her life now.
Yeah.
But for real, I mean, forever. Like, say that literally, like, given some crazy situation, like, I was Jack's second choice, and we got married.
You would
For
be
the
known
rest
as
of
that,
my life,
exactly.
I would be like, he didn't want me, he didn't want me, he didn't want me, he didn't want me, he didn't want me. And, like, you couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, how is she gonna...
And how you lose them, or how you got them is how you lose them, you know what I mean? So, for sure, he's gonna cheat on her with someone else, you know? And my thing is with him too, though, is the way that he could look Laura straight in the eyeballs and say, "Yeah, I actually went to go see her, and all we did was like sit in the parking lot, and that was fine. That's all we did. Like looked in her eyeball. That's sociopath behavior.
Yeah,
genuinely.
Okay, well we've been going on for this went so long. I thought it'd be like 15 minutes. We're like at an hour. So let's wrap it up by ranking it. So I'll do my.
What's your ranking?
Okay, so my ranking. I'm still looking at them here. This is off the top of the dome. Okay.
Okay.
At the bottom, obviously, Laura, Jeremy, Sarah Ann. That's the three people. Right above that, 80 and Clay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm torn between. I'm gonna say Kenneth and Bethany next, and then Jimmy and Chelsea, because I actually think they stuck it out longer than they should have, just because I think they really wanted it.
Okay, I think.
And then at the top, what's their names? Oh, Kenneth and Brittany. That's my ranking.
Wait, what?
They're the best.
I thought you said the third one was Kenneth.
Oh, not Kenneth and Brittany. What's their name? Amy and Johnny.
There we go.
Yeah, the obvious ones.
I do also. I think I agree with that. Only because Amy and Johnny are like the only successful ones that actually got married and they're staying married, whatever. And they seem very healthy. Now Johnny, cringy as hell, but at least he's not the worst person ever.
He's
you know
not
what
that
I mean?
bad. He's not that bad.
Well, you know.
I gotta say, I almost want to put them at number one because for some weird reason she loves it. Like she's into it. She likes how cringy he is. It makes her happy, and like as much as
it does. And you know what? If you like it, I love it.
Right.
You know,
good for
you
them.
like it, I love it.
I'm glad they have that. So they might be my
Yeah.
number one just because like they're happy. Nobody ends up happy off the show. So they got some like good on them. All their cute little cringy videos.
Right. I agree. I totally agree with that.
What's the rest of your rankings then, Anna, if you get them at the top?
Okay. I'm gonna go my second. It's gonna have to be Kenneth and Brittany, just because good people. Good, solid people. You gotta love them. Then we're gonna go... I'm like looking at it right now. Oh my god. I just want to say, Jessica is up above everybody as a single. I love her. Jessica's number one.
She's not even in a couple, but she's probably above everyone. Yeah, I agree.
Oh no.
While Anna's
mid-ranking.
while Anna's coming
She's
back,
buffering.
Mia, what's your rankings?
Obviously, Amy and Johnny first and foremost, and then Kenneth and Brittany. Me and Kenneth were on the rocks recently, but
yeah,
I've come to be okay with it.
Okay.
And then Jimmy and Chelsea.
Okay.
I loved the way Jimmy broke up with Chelsea.
I guess it was like in a good way.
It was like the funniest thing ever. Like I just genuinely laughed. I thought it was so funny. I was like, this man is so evil.
My phone died. Sorry about that.
They have like the best date ever. Like the best date. And he's like, by the way, we're not getting married. The best. It was the best breakup I've ever seen in my life. Like it was so funny.
Better timing.
Oh my gosh, this is hard. I'm gonna say Sarah and Jeremy and Laura. AD and Clay are at the bottom because I absolutely despise Clay. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I cannot stand that. Laura, Jeremy, and Sarah Ann were like just hilarious to watch because Sarah Ann is so stupid. Jeremy is also stupid. Whatever. But Clay is just the worst of the absolute worst. I don't care that your parents are divorced. I don't care that your dad cheated on your mom. I don't care.
Number one is Johnny and Amy because is that right?
Yeah,
okay, number one, love them, just because they're happy. I mean, good on them.
It's still recording, so it's go, girl.
I'm gonna continue. Number 2, what did I say?
Kenneth and Brittany, because they're good.
Kenneth and Brittany, we love them. Okay. I am gonna put, because there's only 2 couples left, right?
No, there's
3? Who's left?
Jimmy and Chelsea.
Oh no, I hate them, but I have to put them a little high just because I hate
Sarah Ann and Jeremy and Laura and AD and Clay. So
Okay. So Jimmy and Kelsey is gonna go at number 2, or not? I mean number 3, just because I can't put them lower because I hate the other 2 more. But if I could, I would. Like, I don't like them. Yeah. I just hate them less. Then it's gonna be AD and Clay. Mm-hmm. And then it's gonna have to be those 3. Only because even though AD and Clay were horrible, there were like parts that really entertained me about it. Because it was like so brutal that it was like I have to keep watching. I have to see them. Yeah. And then I kind of at the beginning liked them at the in the pods.
I did too until Clay decided to open his mouth.
Right. It was bad. And then he like tried to be all like, I'm actually secretly insecure. I'm like, that's not a flex. Like, that's a bad thing. Well, like, we don't like that.
We don't like that at all. Like,
I don't want that.
You're not like heroic for admitting that you are going to cheat and that you are insecure.
He's like, I might cheat on you.
I'm actually like the worst guy ever. And AD's like, oh my gosh, I can fix you. It's like, no, get out.
Yeah.
Did you have a different ranking than mine, or did you say yours?
No, I completely agree with yours. And then I think 1A is Jessica.
Okay.
Like 1 is Amy and Johnny, and then 1A is Jessica.
Nice. On her own.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us on that adventure.
What a time this has been.
3.5
sorry for
hours.
technical difficulties, but we're doing what we can.
I can't wait to. This took over an hour to record. I can't wait to get to editing and have 4 minutes worth of content.
It's gonna be great. Yeah, a 5-minute clip. Yeah.
There's a lot.
I told Caitlin
we have a lot of conversations.
Y'all couldn't hear us, but we could hear y'all. I was like, we should just let them do it.
Let them do it. Yeah.
But
so
anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully, Anna,
I'm like, thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you guys for listening to me and Annabella ramble.
We really appreciate you guys tuning in.
And thank you both for joining us. We'll be back with a normal episode Tuesday. See you then.
Bye-bye.